Well, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Rumiana Jeleva, Commissioner or Minister?
Minister, for the time being, for Foreign Affairs of Bulgaria. It's a very important job, actually.
A few months ago, you led GERB to the European elections. You came out with a clear victory and went on to be elected Vice President of the EPP Group. From there, you went on to take the reins of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Was it your desire to become Commissioner from day one, from before the European elections?
Oh, no. You can see our party is a new one, so very young Bulgarian party. So we have a history of almost 4 years. Before establishing the party, our leader, Mr. Borrisov, was actually a leader of a civil movement. It was a civil movement with focus against corruption in Bulgaria, and I joined the civil movement. And a year later, we decided to found a party. And since 2007, I have been elected for all the European elections, even for the last election in this year. I was on the top of our list, and this was a concrete task for me. So I didn't think at that time, even at the beginning of my political career, that one day I'll become a member of the European Parliament. Is actually the very first task, my very first political task, and it was actually the more difficult task which I had and have now. After that, to attend the process of forming the government in Bulgaria, it was not so easy, but not so difficult as it was at the beginning in 2007.
You've just returned to the United States. U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton commended Bulgaria's efforts to root out corruption and to end immunity for public officials and not public, amongst other things. Has Prime Minister Borrisov sent you to clean up Brussels?
No. I don't think that the member states are sending here their nominees to clean something in Brussels. This is a task of the European institutions to intensify the work on our common project, I mean the European Union. But it was very constructive, very interesting visit to the States, and also the meeting with Madam Secretary Clinton. It was very interesting for me and very useful. As you mentioned, she expressed the support of United States for the efforts of new Bulgarian government and also of the Prime Minister Borrisov in fighting corruption and organized crime. But at the same time, it was very important also to hear once again in North America the recognition of the very important key role of Bulgaria in regional security issues for the countries of Western Balkans, but also from the Black Sea region.
Now moving back to Europe, there's been quite some civil unrest about the election of the new President of the Council and the new High Representative. As Foreign Minister of Bulgaria, had you hoped for something different?
We have, as Bulgarians, we have hoped actually for strong leaders for these two positions and also for consensus. It is very important for us, for Europeans, to have among the member states consensus. It is difficult to reach a solution for every problem immediately. maybe it is to some extent a little bit disappointing for our people here of the Union, but at the same time it is very important for the project and also for the future of the Lisbon Treaty and European Union.
Consensus was achieved. The strength of the leaders is what's been criticized largely by the citizens and the press. As a citizen of the European Union, does your perspective change?
After the Lisbon Treaty or after the elections? After the elections. I expect to have now, after having these two persons elected and these two positions actually clear, to have more efficient communication between the European institutions and the citizens of Europe. I mean, we need more communication on our common values and also to try better to convince the people of Europe to share and also to participate in the European Union's initiatives.
Now, not many people would give up the position of Foreign Minister for that of the Commissioner. Do you have a vision for Europe?
Yes, I am committed European person and politician, and I think it is very important for my country, for Bulgaria, to have a strong commissioner because of the fact that my country is among the newcomers among the member states, and there is a lot of work to be done in order to have a better presence here at the European Commission, but also among the member states.
Now, as you said, Bulgaria is one of the newcomers. What can Bulgaria's experience teach acceding countries or those who wish to accede to the European Union?
Oh, we can share with them our experiences, among them also our mistakes, so to prevent the countries which are striving European membership, to prevent them to do the same mistakes, and also to maybe also to teach them how to use the European pre-accession support, pre-accession better than this was the case in Bulgaria.
Now, you're one of the 9 women designated to be in the new Commission. How important is it that 1/3 of the commissioners will be women?
Oh, it is very important to have strong women, not only within the Commission, but also within the European institutions, in order to give the better chance of the half of the Europeans to be presented at the European institutions.
Now, just on a different topic, energy. Bulgarians' leanings seem to have shifted from being closer to South Stream to edging more towards the Nabucco pipeline. Can you give us a clear answer as to whether Nabucco is now more important than South Stream for Bulgaria?
Of course, Nabucco is a European project, is scheduled as a European project, and many European Union member states, but also the European institutions, especially European Commission, have expressed their interest in Nabucco. At the same time, you might know my country is among those member states which are almost 100% independence of gas supplies from Russia, and also they are depending also on a special route through the Ukraine. And in this context, I would say that every project giving us possibility to diversify roads and supplies is good enough. And here I have to mention also South Stream, because it is planned as a project giving alternative to gas supply and to the road through the Ukraine.
Now, Russia is reportedly raising the pressure on Bulgaria over the issue of the pipelines. Do you fear that the backlash for the perceived favoring of Nabucco will be the Russians setting aside the Burgas-Alexandroupoli pipeline and opting for the Samsun-Ceyhan pipeline?
I don't know the exact answer. There is no simple answer to this question, but in the context of Burgas-Alexandroupolis, because this is a project of interest for Bulgaria, there are concerns of people living at the Black Sea coast in Bulgaria on the environmental aspects of this project. And these are actually also the concerns of the government of Bulgaria. If we succeed to have really guarantees for new technologies to be implemented in this project, I think there will be possibility, also opportunity to see this project carried out.
Now, a final question. In the shadow of all the pipeline politics, is Bulgaria reevaluating its relations with Russia?
Political relations to Russia are excellent between Bulgaria and Russia. We have more than 130 years diplomatic relations between our two countries. At the same time, the economic aspect of all the projects, among them Burgas-Alexandroupolis or South Stream, is another question. It's a question of revision, of course, and of exact assessment whether the country, I mean Bulgaria, can participate or not. The two issues have to be tackled differently and separately, and I think that Russia is a very important actor, very important player when we are talking about the common European energy strategy.